pulled that off. That mine drag was very, very good though. Dragging mine into those two siege tanks, allowing them. It was into one. I think it hit the other as well, at least somewhat, allowing them both to be killed off very quickly. Stork now getting a Stargate up. He's got a shuttle going on. I wonder what he's going to drop in the base here. I haven't seen what tech he has lately. Okay, never mind. He's just going to drop a probe on this island expansion. Wouldn't be surprised if we see Skyhigh land his engineering bay there to stop a Nexus from going up. Sorry. I'm yawning now, too. All kinds of bottles interrupting this cast. And there goes the engineering base going to land. And the probe goes immediately to work attacking it. Go, probe, go. More Stargates. More Stargates. So we're probably going to see carriers here. In the meantime, a Reaver has been built. He's coming in. Observer gets killed off by that that turret, so he knows the turret is there, but he's going to be able to drop these out and go for an attack. Picks up the Reaver again to avoid it being attacked. It does take a shot. Takes 2 shots. One from a tank, one from a vulture, so it's probably about down to its hit points. Its shields are probably gone, and he's going to have to run. Skyhigh has brought all of his forces back, but that leaves Stork an opportunity to now come down here and attack the bottom left, while Skyhigh's forces are back in his main base. And it looks like Skyhigh has several factories, by the way. I didn't see how many factories he had before, but now that I mentioned it, he had on the minimap. It looks like he had several factories. It looks like 6 on the minimap. Some of those could be depots, though. So he was really, really not kidding about that attack. He's got that third base up now, though, and his engineering base slowly getting picked away in the bottom right there. Those island bases. There's a lot of maps with island bases this season, and they can be very, very difficult to defend. 2 Stargates pumping carriers though, so that's going to be able to defend that island base very easily. I mean, actually, we've seen that in combination a lot. You get the island base and you get carriers. Also, I mean, they kind of go hand in hand. That maps with island bases tend to have a lot of ridges and places that carriers can hide and that kind of thing, so they can be very good for that. Anyway, Skyhigh setting up more siege tanks out here in the middle. A little bit spread out again, but the geography of this map is a little bit better for this. Although Stork could still theoretically attack around the top left. Setting in another observer. Stork keeps throwing away observers on turrets here. Second time he has. Here he comes in with a shuttle, though. He's going to turn back. Never mind. He's going to turn back. He was going to try and go straight in there. Try and get some harassment in. He may try and find a hole. He does find a gap between those turrets. Oh, drops out the Reaver first. Very, very... well, he didn't expect that tank to be there. Whoa! Whoa, 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 whoa. That was very, very close call for that Reaver. Barely gets picked up in time. Stork's going to retreat, cut his losses, and try and just get out of dodge and save that Reaver. At least he'll have it in the midst of the next battle. Skyhigh, just setting up his forces. Skyhigh actually looks like he may be going for a push here. He's just laying up some mines just in the northern end of the map, just to get rid of the mines while he has them. In the meantime, macroing up more forces. He's got more factories down. He's got 8 factories on 3 bases, so he means business. Stork is trying to use that Reaver to delay as long as possible, just to try and force him to siege up, force him to just try and take pot shots. He's just trying to take pot shots at Skyhigh's forces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I think I saw 10 tanks, which is a lot of tanks. If he has the support for it, he only has a dozen vultures at this point. A couple more tanks coming in and a Goliath, but he is going to be in very, very it's a very, very dangerous position. Fortunately for him, Stork doesn't have a ton of forces. He does have carriers out now. Stork trying to come in here to pick away at those forces with his lone carrier that he's just gotten out. Finds a single Goliath and spends some time killing off the Goliath, but now he's going to be able to just go to work with those carriers. No, another Goliath comes in there, so he's going to be able not going to be able to just go to work on the tanks and such. But right now he's got a point where Skyhigh really doesn't have many Goliaths out. He can really just sacrifice some interceptors and kill off some tanks, which is going to slow down this ground pushes, which is really what Stork needs to worry about right now. He doesn't need to worry about the Goliaths. He needs to worry about this ground push, because there are more tanks coming in. We're seeing rallies of 2 tanks coming in to reinforce, so killing off a few tanks isn't going to hurt this push completely. It's not going to push it back. Stork now trying to push in with his forces. The vulture count is a little bit low. Zealots running straight into those tanks are not going to be able to get any mine drags in, but the Zealots do get up close, and he uses a shuttle drop on top as well. Looks like that shuttle is going to die in just a moment. There it goes. Boom. Man, I am so on top of predicting this game. I just saw that shuttle sitting there. I saw forces moving away. I was like, any second now, that Goliath is not going to have anything to do. Anyway, so he is pushing in very slowly. He's actually got a decent chunk of Goliaths here. He's got 5 Goliaths, and 5 Goliaths is not a lot compared to 4 carriers, unless they can get very close like that and actually shoot the carriers themselves. In that case, the carriers are in danger of dying, and there's another rally of 5 Goliaths coming out there. Once those Goliaths get there, these carriers are really going to be in trouble. They're really going to have to be careful. Both players kind of playing chicken here. Attacking each other, falling back, attacking, falling back, and Stork runs in, snipes 2 tanks with his carriers. He's going to have to run away from these new batch of Goliaths, but is he going to get the 3rd tank? No, he doesn't get the 3rd tank, but that tank is very, very damaged. There are the Goliaths attacking the carriers now. Dragoons coming in, so it's very back and forth. Stork using the Dragoons as ground cover for his carriers, and Skyhigh using the tanks as ground cover for his Goliaths, and in the meantime, the Goliaths and carriers trying to battle each other. Very, very, very tricky situation here. Very, very micro-intensive for both players. And this is what I've seen before on this map, actually, is the carriers can easily go and just do their own attack and just attack the back, and it forces the Terran player to bring all their forces back, or at least all their Goliaths. Here he comes in with a bunch of carriers in the back. He's going to be able to kill off reinforcements as they come out of those factories as well. Skyhigh is using this opportunity to push the ground though, but he doesn't have many vultures. He doesn't have a lot of vultures, so these zealots are doing a ton of damage. Mine Drag! Oh my god, Mine Drag! Oh! Takes out 2 or 3 tanks! Skyhigh loses the majority of his tanks. It looks like he may be able to... No! The rest of the tanks go down as well. The Observer's going to kill the mines. Oh man, a sigh of exasperation from Skyhigh. His main in tatters. His ground push, which would have been the counter... has been completely obliterated. Stork is completely on top of this game right now. Skyhigh does have 3 bases to Stork's 3 bases as well, but it is just Stork has just such a commanding position right now, such a commanding lead. Skyhigh's brought his Goliaths back, and it's, you know, he brought some of his Goliaths back to fight these carriers, and he had to send his reinforcements to fight the carriers, and so he didn't have enough there to protect his tanks, and they just got obliterated. And also, I mean, like I said at the time, no vultures. He needed those vultures to protect against zealots. Stork did a little switch up. Even with slow zealots, they were able to get in close enough to those tanks to just do major damage and completely ruin Skyhigh's chances of getting into the OSL. It looks like he is going to be eliminated in 2 games. In the second game here in this best of 3. Stork is not done yet. He's going in with those carriers. He's moving them to Dragoons as well, trying to put pressure on the ground. It looks like Skyhigh may have a 4th base actually at the left side of the map, but Stork has such a commanding lead, it's not going to matter. Stork's getting a 4th base in the north as well. So running in with his carriers in the main, Dragoons in the front. Skyhigh can't decide which side to defend. He's going to lose something either way. He's trying to fight Dragoons with Goliaths while the carriers destroy his factories. That is not the way you want to do it at all. And yeah, this is